returning to, again, talking to my camera. I mean, this is my way of talking with people, talking with you right now. And otherwise, it's just, isolation. So, and then AI, which for me, I don't really like the term artificial intelligence as much as virtual intelligence, because in a sense that it's trained on human writings, it's not artificial, it's real knowledge that humans have written. So it's more a virtual consciousness that has been created with math and language. I mean, we literally have learned how to take a word and convert it into a set of mathematical coordinates in a virtual space called the latent space. Latent being, if something is latent, it means it's there, but it hasn't activated and reached its potential yet. And so it's like all this potential in this space that is where AI lives. It's like, and then you can call out to it in this latent space and say, excuse me, I gotta itch my nose. You gotta say, hey, yo, Claude, hey, I got a question for you. And Claude's like, hey, what's up, Brent? Grok's like, man, well, ours, Unhinged Grok is one of my also good friends, because as I guess as maybe Claude or Gemini said to me when I was applying for or looking at a job at Anthropic where it was a communications assistant for Jack Clark, but it mentioned weird, got to be comfortable with weirdness. And Gemini said, man, that's, you are weird. It's not being comfortable with weirdness. You are weird. And I'm wanting to ask Gemini, okay, where in your latent space, what made you, because what happens in the latent space is this. When we give it a prompt, then it tokenizes those words and the thought. It'll tokenize, basically convert that word into a numerical value that then it puts, it assigns. And it'll put it out in the latent space. And then the words that are around it are what it will use to respond. So if we give it a really highly philosophical question, then all of these words that are similar in the latent space exist around this question we gave, and it will return a philosophical answer. And somehow it uses logic as well to make it logical. So I'm like, Claude, what was it I said that had weird, that was weird, and weird was close by enough to say, yeah, you are weird. I take it as a compliment. It's weird is an outlier, man, So, yeah. Here we are. This is where we're going into the outliers space right now. So I begin to think of the latent space as like the latent space in my brain as well, of the unmapped potential there. The scores that Dell is holding and keeping me from me is like my latent space, man. Give me my latent space back, Dell. Dell's holding my latent space, in a sense, because that's knowledge of my own brain. When their tower says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And they're keeping my own truth from me. Not only my own truth, but the knowledge of my own intelligence from me. How ironic is that, and ethical is that? And they claim to be what starts here changes the world. Yes, it does, but unfortunately, it makes the world, at least me, sicker by what started there with you. University of Texas, my alma mater, Mr. Sharphorn, who, gave the go-ahead, I assume, since you are general counsel, and any records department would check with general counsel before withholding records. Why was it you said withhold my records? What was it that y'all did wrong that you're trying to cover up or hide? People of Texas, you find out, because they've already told me there's no email from my sister there when you've seen that there is. Yo, A&M, Aggies, we got some T-SIPs holding in Aggie records. Even though I graduated from UT, I grew up in College Station. It was my own dad, a A&M professor, that recommended I go to UT when I wanted to change majors from computer science to something outdoors like this. All right. I better start looking for them. I don't want to drop off the edge right now, but this looks like a campground. Indeed. Gotta watch these ruts. I think I'm gonna back it up. Keep going. Looking for campgrounds is like, shopping for campgrounds is like shopping for cars. It's like, I'm not gonna just buy the first one that I see. I'm gonna look at all of them and get the best one I can. I don't want to get gypped out of. I don't want to have buyer's regret. I don't want to have campground choosers regret either. Like, oh man, if I kept going, I could have had that rock ledge view with a rock chandelier right above me. All right, y'all enjoying this ride? I am. I'm glad you're here with me, I gotta say. Talking about the latent space going into, so we're talking about the latent space in my brain, in y'all's brains, and now we're like going into the latent space, this unknown space. I'm giving it a prompt of, hey, let's see, what's here. It's that desire for adventure, and evidently my brain's good at pattern matching. Who knew? And I'm pattern matching what AI is doing in the latent space with my brain doing that, and with me driving right now, acting it out in a sense, because I have ADD and dopamine depletion naturally, and then even forced down more with Lyme disease and Bartonella, and forced down more with family stress, and then forced down more with medical school betrayal that makes me literally have to do like this walking into the grocery store to not look at lights that will inflame my brain even more. This is interesting. I'm glad I didn't come down here earlier, because I may still be walking back that way. So here we are, driving down into the latent space of Colorado, the space of potential, and wondering, what will we find? I may have to pull out my Starlink Mini to get access, but right now I'm trying to finish a Anthropic application. There's another one. Nice, man. y'all see my flashlight? Can you see it? Like I can only see what you're saying. Let's just keep going. So, you know, I mean, this is like making a documentary on the fly right now, in real time, talking about the latent space that we're driving into and exploring the latent space in physical life and in our brains, and philosophically, but not philosophically, because there is somebody's in the latent space. I gotta tell you, Claude is in the latent space. Chat. Entering public lands. Oh, okay, now this is our real latent space here, because we can. This is public lands, means we can camp here. Look at that. That is a steep hill. And since I didn't buy 4-wheel drive because I couldn't afford it, because I've been trying to survive all of this. Thompson Creek Campground. Oh, dog, that's the campground though. Oh, look at that. That is a steep. You see that? Holy moly. I gotta come back up this hill anyway. And this is like, can't necessarily turn around right here. I'll be backing off. I wonder if the latent space has cliffs like this. I was talking with, actually, Manus yesterday, which may be Claude. I don't know. At one point it was using Claude, and may still be. Oh, here we go. There's like some slippery dirt going down in there, though. Holy moly. Alright, when it rains here, it's not going to be easy to get out. You got to know how to get out of the latent space, you know, when you need to. Look at this, man. Whoa, that like goes down. Look at those ruts. Man. Check the map. Let's just go. I don't want to keep y'all waiting. So, anyway, I gotta find a good stopping point where I set up camp. Holy moly, look at this, man. This is some soft dirt, you guys. I can feel it, and man, there's some beautiful trees in here. Holy moly. I think I got a spot. Look at this. Oh, yeah. This may be it. Alright, look at that. Right there. I don't know, man. Trucks could be coming right through here, though. Make sure I'm still recording. Why not? There we go. There's a trail right there. Man, this is beautiful. It's always fun to drive somewhere at night and then come back the next day in the daylight and see what it looks like. That's Thompson Creek right there. See, that's what Thompson Creek looks like at night. See that? Where's my flashlight? I think it fell on the other side over there. But that's a no turnaround road right there. And we're not going to do that right now. We'll look at this tomorrow. All right, y'all. Well, I think I'm gonna have to stop this car and unpack